I'm Sister Pitcher. I was called to the Baltic mission speaking Estonian, and I've been here for about 15 months.
And where are you from?
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
I'm Sister Ballard. I was called to the Baltic mission speaking Russian. I'm from Littleton, Colorado, and I've been out for over 14 months.
Okay, Sister Ballard, a lot of your mission is spent finding.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it mean to find?
To find is to have a lot of lines in the water. We have Facebook in our mission, and so we use Facebook a lot to find, as well as just hitting the streets every day. We're asked to have 3 hours of street contacting every day. That's primarily where our new friends come from, is street contacting, and it really is quite fun because you never really know who you're going to talk to. There's a lot of diversity, especially in Tallinn, so it's quite fun.
What is difficult about finding?
For me, as a Russian speaker, sometimes it's difficult to find people that speak Russian if I'm not in a Russian area. There's a few areas that we go to that have a higher concentration of Russian speakers, so really knowing your area is really important. But sometimes we do get yelled at occasionally for speaking Russian, but I mean, there are
Because
plenty
they
of
think
Russian
you should
speakers.
speak Estonian?
Yeah, and that's throughout the Baltics as well, but just people with the war that are a little bit sensitive to that. But there are lots of Russian speakers and a wonderful branch here with lots of Russian speakers, so yeah.
All right, Sister Pitcher, do you have any good finding stories, good or bad? Like positive finding experiences, like where you felt prompted?
I think every day there's got to be at least one, even if they're really little. But
Okay, Sister Pitcher, tell me about the shock of finding.
before the mission, I was not super social. Didn't really like talking to strangers or anything, and so that was kind of hard. Going on the streets talking with people for several hours every day is a little shocking, you could say. But I have noticed that with if you're giving it your all and wanting to try, you're gonna see results, positive results, and I've seen that that's been a big blessing finding, and there's miracles every day. And
Okay, Sister Ballard, what were you unprepared for when you came to the Baltics?
For me, I was surprised at how humid it was, just because I'm from Colorado and it's so dry, and here we're sea level, and so the humidity was the first thing that I noticed off the plane, and that was hard for me. Culturally, it's not, there's some cultural things, but you can find a lot of the things here that you would find in America, just different brands of things, so that wasn't really too big of a shock, I guess. Yeah, people definitely don't just smile at you though.
Okay.
That's a very American thing, is smiling at people on the street, and we do it because we're missionaries, of course, but don't be surprised if people just kind of glare at you, because that's all.
Okay, Sister Pitcher, what about you? Any surprises? What were you unprepared for?
I didn't really know what to expect. I knew Europe was very not super religious, but I think the people here, at least in Estonia, I haven't been to the other two talking with people, but the people are very spiritual, not in a God spiritual way, but nature is super important. And so even just tying those things in, they're not a basic atheist. They might not believe in God, but they believe in some kind of power, and really respect that. So
What do you think about your food experience in the Baltics?
It's been great. We cook for ourselves most of the time. Member meals aren't super common. They happen, but traditional Baltic food is a hit or miss. It just kind of depends on what you have. There's some really, really good things and some really not great things. So raw fish on bread is very popular with mayonnaise. They really like their mayonnaise, and they really like their sour cream.
Oh,
And their dill, so be prepared for that.
yes.
Any food?
I feel there's the traditional foods, but most of the time it's only for certain holidays, like Christmas and those things, but it's not super common. There's a meat jello, which
Holidays.
yeah, it's called sult.
But it's
in
pretty
Estonian.
basic food. They don't
Yeah,
mix
there's
a lot
nothing
of
crazy.
flavors.
Yeah, there's not a lot of flavor, but
Yeah, it's
Lots of
nothing
potatoes.
spicy here.
no.
What is the caliber of missionaries that you find in the Baltics? What's been your experience with your companions?
The Baltic missionaries are awesome. I think everyone that comes here has really had unique experiences in their life that have uniquely prepared them to be here. I think everyone here has a very obedient mission, and
You have to
very
be almost,
true.
because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
self-guided a lot.
True. Yeah, our mission is pretty small, so there's a lot of trust from both the mission president and the leaders and God as well in us, and putting the work in when nobody else is watching. So
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Have you had good companions?
I've loved all my companions.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Where have
best
you lived,
friends.
Sister Pitcher?
I started in Tartu, and then I moved to Tallinn, and then back to Tartu, and then Pärnu, and then I'm back in Tallinn now. So I've been everywhere with all of the sisters, all of the Estonian-speaking sisters who have served here since I started, and they're all so good.
Do you teach in only Estonian, or have you taught in English also?
It's mostly in Estonian, but in Tallinn there's more English.
And how hard has the language been for you?
Language,
If you were to tell a future missionary what to expect and how soon you can communicate, what advice would you give them?
I would say a good 6 months of just kind of like not necessarily taking it slow, but just understanding that, you know, it's a hard language and you're not gonna be good at it or fluent at it super quick. And so really being patient with yourself and understanding that, I mean, the people here, even just saying like 2 sentences that you might have memorized, they're gonna be like, whoa, you speak this language? And so it's really cool, but it does take quite a while.
All right, Sister Ballard, you're speaking Russian in a non-Russian country. Explain about that.
Sure, yeah, so because of language laws, we don't have the benefit of immersion, unfortunately. So we don't have any like signs, street signs, restaurants, basically nothing can be written in Russian. And that's kind of hard because you want to learn as much as you can, but when you're not immersed, it's a little bit tricky. But there's wonderful members of the Baltics, and depending on what city you serve in, usually the capitals have more English mixed in, but the smaller towns, you definitely have a higher concentration of Russian speakers, and you can kind of feel the immersion even when it's not surrounding you.
So where have you served in Russian speaking?
Yeah, I've started in Daugavpils, so that's a very Russian town.
Right on the border.
Yeah, right on the
Yeah.
border. And then I went to Narva, which is literally the border of Russia and Estonia. Again, everyone speaks Russian conversationally there. Then I was in Vilnius, more English and Lithuanian for sure, but wonderful members in Russian branch there. And now I'm here in Tallinn, and kind of similar to Vilnius, beautiful Russian branch, many Russian speakers here. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a problem to find Russian speakers. You can find them everywhere, but yeah, you don't really have that immersion benefit, so sometimes that can be hard when you want to really pick up on the language fast.
All right. If you were to give advice to a future Baltic missionary, what would you tell them?
To trust in God, and that He has so much trust in you, and it's so cool to see how much He trusts us to be here. These people are very special, and because of the history of these countries, they've had a really hard life. And it's really beautiful to see the growth and the happiness and peace that we can bring them with the gospel. And so, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much. You're gonna love it. I've loved it. And there are hard moments, but you just grow so much and you see so many miracles every day. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I can't agree more. It's just so special being able to see these people just change right in front of your face, and it's just the most special thing in the world, and it's so cool.
How many baptisms have you been a part of each?
Ooh. Like taught to
baptism.
I've taught 2 people who have gotten baptized in my 15 months of being here.
That's great.
I've taught a lot, and then I keep getting transferred before they get baptized. So
Well,
I
have
don't-
you
I don't
been a
remember.
part, like at the start, or has any?
I've been the start of a few, but
Okay.
yeah.
I was the start of those 2. I was the start of. I didn't
Yeah.
teach them
Is
all the way
that
through.
okay? Are you at peace with your service?
You know, a win, like even if you're not the one that necessarily puts them in the water, like a win for this person is a win for the kingdom of God, and it's a win for the Baltic mission. in your zone, and it's beautiful just to see them progress and make covenants with God. So yeah.
All right.